Hello and welcome to another PA Matches cast. I'm Brian Perkis, and today I have no time for an introduction because this Spawn Anywhere match just got interesting. Two players spawned almost directly on top of each other and are now duking it out. White is building us some single laser defense towers, and green is on the run. So White has got a little bit of an advantage and is gaining control of all these metal spots, although looks like White built this single laser defense tower too close to this metal spot, so that metal spot will not be usable anymore, which is a bit of a bummer. Blue has also spawned right nearby, and then red got lucky and is off on his own. Let's see, blue... and white is not aware of blue. Green is aware of blue and white. So, man, that was certainly the craziest start I have ever seen. And then green is moving off towards red, so green is really sandwiched in here, and I don't think green is going to last very long. Such are the dangers of Spawn Anywhere matches. Things can get a little hairy. Red's economy's taken off as white and blue are duking it out. Laser defense towers firing at walls, and White doesn't even have his first vehicle factory up due to the craziness of those starting spawns. And things are settling down. So before things pick back up, let's zoom out real quick. This is a 2-planet system. So hopefully we'll get to see some multi-planet orbital action stuff going on. And the moon is smashable. So hopefully we'll get to see a smash. And red has found green. And green is now sandwiched in there pretty good. Building more metal extractors, but is floating a lot of economy. So it needs to start building some more factories and getting units out as the two fabricators die. Either that, or at this point, I don't know, if I was in green's position, I might just run into the middle of white's base and take him down with me. But I can be a little vindictive like that. Let's see. Blue's got a decent amount of units, is getting up their third factory. White is sitting idle. And no units are moving. Ah, I think white has disconnected. That is a huge bummer. That's lame. Oh well. Green is now trying to deal with red, but kind of in trouble as blue is moving in to take down green's energy and factory. So it's looking like this is going to quickly turn into a 2v2. My goodness, these Spawn Anywhere matches certainly can be pretty crazy. Red is working on expanding. Oh wow, got a lot of metal spots claimed out the back, and is continuing to expand towards the North Pole. While green has little to nothing left, putting up some walls and some laser defense towers behind the walls. But it's pretty much all an exercise in futility right now. Blue is pretty darn far behind red. Really needs to start expanding that economy and using it. No, he's doing alright job. Using it. Really needs to get some fabricators running around and expanding and claiming more metal spots. Blue has some decent expansion. And then there's quite a bit of it to expand to right over here once white gets destroyed. And green, yeah, green is a goner. Dum-dum-dum-dum. Everybody's just kind of working on expanding. Blue's got a pelter going up to take care of those pesky laser defense towers. And, man, I've been seeing this bug a lot lately where the commander will be facing in some random direction and building something behind it. That's kind of annoying. Blue's moving on into Green's base. And Red is pounding away at that walls. Oh, and a pelter is now built. Green is goner, that is for sure. Infernos can make quick work of commanders, while it's not quite enough to finish them off. Red is now coming around the other side, and that pelter and more tanks are going to be coming on in here real soon. Green is pretty well good and gone. But Red's not pulling in those tanks. Interesting. Keeps on getting pelted. There we go. Now Red's tanks are moving forward to chase down this commander, who is not long for this world. He's running, but he's not going to be able to run fast enough. And the pelter finishes him off. Ah, man, I do not get tired of that commander explosion. Okay, let's zoom back out. Green is definitely disconnected from the game. That's a huge bummer. And Blue really needs to get expanding in a big way. Red's got a larger army and a much larger economy, although it's not really using that. Well, orbital launcher is being built. So hopefully we'll get to see some orbital gameplay. And that fabricator's continuing to expand, but Red is still wasting a lot of economy. And Blue's moving forward towards Red. Let's see what Blue sees. Blue has no idea where Red is, but just kind of knew that he was going to be somewhere off in this direction. And yeah, he is biting off more than he can chew with this attack. So now he's, instead of trying to focus down on those tanks, he knows he can't win, so he is trying to chase down and go after some metal extractors. While Red, on the other hand, is now finishing off that attack. Let's see what Red sees. Red does have that early radar, that all-valuable early radar, so he does know where Blue is, and does know that Blue has some units being mobilized. Finally, Blue is working on expanding. It's a bit late. Hopefully he'll be able to catch up. Red is floating a ton of metal, so that's going to help out quite a lot. Gotta just never stop expanding. Long build queues are your best friend. Area commands as well, and then always be sure to take a quick gander around the map and make sure that your units are expanding. Blue is running into some pathing issues here with these rock formations as they try and square off. Red has got his units clumped up, so they are a much more effective fighting force than Blue's units, which are kind of strung out and in uneven clumps. And some of these units from Red, are straight up glitched. They're in range, but they're not firing. Maybe they're just outside of range, but they were being fired upon and not firing back. And now Red is moving forward against Blue. And Blue's struggling to try and get his units in a correct way, but oh man, these plateaus are really going to work in Blue's favor, so those Infernos can get in close. But he needs to give those Infernos a move command, or else they're all just going to get picked off. But Blue is bringing forward his commander. Ooh, nice Uber Cannon. Very nice Uber Cannon. That commander is a very powerful fighting force. Just got to be careful to not overextend yourself. And economies are equaling out because red is still floating a ton of economy. Red is doing a fantastic job of expanding, but a terrible job managing the economy. Needs to really start building more factories. Advanced factory is going up, so that will help. And that Astreus is moving on over to the commander. I'm going to head on over to that moon. Let's pull up picture-in-picture so we can keep an eye on that transfer. And deep space orbital radar was built very, very intelligently. You gotta build a deep space orbital radar. I've seen matches where players will go orbital and then drop their commander right in the middle of an opponent's base on the other planet and didn't even know that anybody else had left planet because they didn't build a deep space orbital radar. Oh man, I love the awesome projectiles mod. Just looks so much better. Red really needs to be doing a little bit better job of microing this attack. He keeps on getting fired at without firing back. Oh, another very nice Uber cannon. These plateaus are really, or rock formations are really helping out Blue in staying on top of this. Is hanging in there despite his slow start and much smaller economy. And there goes the Astreus. It surprisingly did not pick up the commander like I thought it was going to. And here comes more units. They are filtering in through that formation. Very bad attack command from red. This is way too narrow. Blue's units are getting some very good firing solutions on those. But they are firing on that commander over that rock formation. Those arcs can be very finicky sometimes. And there, the commander's finally realized what's going on, so he is walking on away. I'm surprised he doesn't have more laser defense towers, since red keeps on trying to force his way through these rock formations. He'd be much better. Down goes white's commander for being too idle. Red would be much better off sending his units on over here or something like that. Blue is now doing the same mistake that red was doing, trying to force his way through these narrow rock formations instead of circling around. Again, we're on a sphere. Can't just go in the straight line. Red has now arrived at the other planet. It's got a bot factory being built, and here comes some bombers from red. I don't see any anti-air at all from blue, so these bombers are going to get in quite a few good passes. Nope, the commander, what was I thinking? The commander is anti-air and is a very strong anti-air capable. This anchor is completed from red, but it's kind of a bit too far back. It'll prevent blue from attacking red, but isn't a very good offensive force. But, well, there goes it is getting in some wins. Red should really build another anchor right on over here. That would pretty well ruin Blue's day. And, oh, man, some very unfortunate, whenever, it's such a common mistake to colonize another planet, but then do something like this and do nothing. You got to use picture-in-picture to keep an eye on what's going on, and if your computer can't support picture-in-picture, then you got to hop back and forth. Another big engagement as red continues to try and force their way through these rock formations, while I appreciate the opportunity to zoom in and take a look at how awesome Planetary Annihilation looks. I mean, these explosions, it just looks so awesome. I love zooming in close on the explosions. Don't get as many opportunities as I would like to do that. So thank you, red, but really you should be circling around, because you are wasting a lot more units than you need to. Here comes another group of bombers. Gonna try and get in some... but they get too close to the commander and get shot down. Blue's commander is below 50% health, very vulnerable to a bumblebee snipe, a anchor creep, orbital fabricator, reclaim, any number of things. This is why... Ooh, and there's a nuke going up from red. This is why you gotta scout. Always scout when you see that the enemy commander is is in such a vulnerable sniping position. Well, take advantage of that. Red has a number of things that he could do right now. Could take that orbital fabrication bot and reclaim the commander from orbit. Build an anchor above the Blue's base. Blue should do that anyways. And Blue should also build a deep space orbital radar. Really should have built one of those. Since this is a multi-planet match. Or build a bunch of air factories and swarm up a bunch of bumblebees and go for the bomber snipe. Or build a bunch of boom bots so this commander is far enough forward that you could snipe this thing really easily with a bunch of boom bots. But we've got more... Red is making a pretty big push, but these laser defense towers and that pelter and these rock formations, Red is really able to come out on top of all these engagements and destroy more units than he loses. So far, at least. He would be even more effective if he had put up walls in front of these laser defense towers. And that commander's now idle, and Blue's floating economy. Needs to really be building more factories. Have that commander building. Nice counterattack from Blue, going and hitting this proxy base over here. Gonna be able to destroy all these factories, the radar, as well as some metal extractors. Very, very nice win for Blue. Take a look. Nope, Red is still neglecting that other planet. The moon doesn't have any metal spots. There we go, finally. Teleporter being built. So we'll get to... maybe we'll get to see a planet smash. Since this advanced vehicle factory is complete. It was completed a while ago, obviously. And, ooh, shellers are moving forward. We got a few vanguards over here. Surprised those haven't been moved to the front lines. Those shellers would be able to snipe that commander really easily, as would the vanguards. They got, oh wow, it's decent, quite a bit of build power focusing on that nuke, but Red's economy is suffering because of it. Nukes, the nuclear missile launcher, ooh, Vanguard moving forward. And whew, that took a lot of firepower to destroy. Nukes build at, what was it, 150 metal per second and like 18,000 energy per second? Yeah, they use a lot of economy. So only build nuclear missile launchers when you have a large amount of economy, because not only do they consume a lot of economy, but they cost a ton. And Vanguard's taking on the Infernos, and the Vanguard wins partially because they split up their fire and aimed at that vehicle factory. Did Blue notice the nuke? Blue was so close, but didn't quite spot that nuke. This is why you gotta have an air factory and build hummingbirds and or fireflies, scout out those opponents, and figure out what they're doing, because if you spot things like nukes, well, you gotta do something about it. Teleporter built over on this has been finished, and bot fabricators are coming out of the bot factory, but the teleporter is not completed, nor is there a teleporter on this side. Ooh, wow, Blue's got some fabricators that were going around expanding, are now building single-barreled laser defense towers, and their metal extractors are kind of intermingled. Yeah, here we go, finally. Blue is now running around the backside and is going to be getting in some very... Nope, not running around the backside, just trying to flank around. Gotta scout around unless... Wow, Blue knows about a lot of these and isn't doing anything about this. And Red's got a lot of vision on a lot of this stuff and isn't doing anything about it. Always scout. Throw out a few planet-wide area patrols or something and and find those outlying metal extractors and raid them. Very, very important. You gotta harass your opponent's economy if you want to win. Looks like red is now focusing. No, it's kind of focusing a little bit on both. Red should focus on one. Focus down on the nuke, or focus on pumping out lots of T2 vehicles. You don't want to split your economy between the two. Either strategy would work and would work rather well. So focus on one and go for it. If you split your strategies into two different things, then it's gonna be less effective. These shellers are slow bombarding those forces from blue, but not quite doing a whole lot. Ooh, that was a nice pelter shot. And these tanks are coming on in. Man, these rock formations are creating some very tight choke points that are making it very difficult to attack and defend. Ooh, that was a fantastic bombing run. Those bumblebees took out 3 fabricators with 1 pass, and now this advanced vehicle factory has no fabricators building it, which means it is going to start degrading, and it was 80% done. That was a huge win. And still nothing happening on the moon. Very large attack coming here from blue. This is blue emptying his entire base, trying to make some headway against red. And these rock formations are making it so difficult. And then, of course, there's this anchor above, firing down. This is just not looking good for blue. Blue is getting in doing a real nice job. Oh, here, and shellers are now bombarding away, hitting that commander pretty hard, and taking out a lot of those laser defense towers. If they have a focus fire down on that commander, they're going to keep on chasing after him. And blue's got units moving forward to try and deal with those shellers. Blue has fought valiantly, but doesn't look like he's going to be able to pull off a win unless he somehow gets a very good snipe, which is very doable. Keeps on losing units to this anchor because he still doesn't have a deep space orbital radar. And blue's units are closing in on that commander. I don't think it's going to be enough, though. At the very least, though, they could take a serious dent out of red's energy. Let's see how that nuke is doing. 72%. If red had focused all of their economy on advanced vehicles, they could have taken out blue by now. Or if they'd focused everything on that nuke, probably could have taken out blue by now as well. Blue is now in the energy field, and whew, man, energy plants are going down left and right. They have spotted the commander, and they are moving in. Not going to be enough units to take out the commander, so it would be definitely better to avoid the commander and take out the economy. Gotta hit that economy, which I just had realized. Blue has scouted out that orbital launcher, but still has not gone orbital or even built that deep space orbital radar, and the commander's idle. That is quite the mistake. And teleporter's now finally queued up from red, but still nothing is going on that other planet. Let's see. Blue is continuing to press forward, but is taking some heavy hits from this anchor. Blue really needs to do something about the orbital layer. If you're gonna play a multi-planet system, you gotta play the system. You can't focus on just the one planet and expect to win. Red is now focusing everything on that nuke. Really hurting economy-wise, though. It's got a lot of build power on that nuke, but not the economy to support it, especially with such a large dent that Blue put into Red's economy, and is continuing to put with some of these harassments, but could be doing a better job. I am I'm surprised. Ooh, are they going to be able to... They killed the nuke launcher! Oh, that was a huge win. And see, I've been saying, this is why I keep on saying, focus on one thing, don't split up against a bunch of things. If Red had focused on that nuke, they would have completed the nuke and would have been able to take out the commander no problem. But they split up their economy, and it did not work out so well for them. Blue's continuing to creep forward and is building some laser defense towers, and Red is now finally going to be dealing with some of these blue expansions. That teleporter is completed. The commander has bailed out onto the other planet as Red's forces are swarming forward, or I'm sorry, Blue's forces are swarming forward to Red, and they're going to be able to do some serious damage. They keep on taking heavy losses from these anchors, but they are now in Red's base and dealing some serious damage, and still have quite the force out back. And they'd be very if they send them around over here, then they don't have the rock formations. Ooh, down goes the advanced vehicle factories and the advanced power. Man, Red is taking some very serious hits. Lost the 80-90% completed nuke, orbital launcher, advanced vehicle factory, advanced power, on top of this attack over here. And Red is still not doing anything over on this other planet. Put up some energy, but not a whole, didn't do much. And they don't have an advanced vehicle, or they don't have an advanced factory anymore, so they can't build the Halleys without building another advanced factory, which is a very expensive endeavor. They are working on building out some stuff out back. Got an air factory being built, so I wonder if they're going to be going for the Bumblebee snipe, because that commander is still very wounded, 35%, sitting idle and is not being repaired. Blue's forces are swarming forward, clumping on up before making a big press forward. As Red is building more anchors. Red really should have built an anchor over Blue's base a long time ago. And Blue should have gone orbital a long time ago. Blue's had quite the reversal and has a ton more units than Red does. Just needs to finish it. Let's see what's going on over here. Where'd those air fabbers go? Here are the air fabbers. They are now about to walk right on into Blue's base. I am not seeing a whole lot of activity from Red, as Blue's forces are swarming on forward into Red's base to finish it off. Red is now desperately trying to build up a bunch of power. Not sure why they're building power. They've got Red has plenty of power now that nuclear missile launcher is done. Red needs to be doing something different. Red's base over here on this main planet is certainly not long for this world, as this army is moving forward, gonna be able to finish it all off no problem, despite the orbital bombardment. Let's see, what could Red do at this point? Well, Red could still go for the orbital reclaim, and here come the Fabbers towards Blue's base. I don't see anything, any build. There's the build, the anchor. Not the farthest forward that it could be. Red does not have much of a base left. Not many factories. Does have this orbital factory building an advanced laser satellite. Advanced bot factory being built on the other on the moon. Maybe they're going to be going for nukes or Halleys. We'll see. How many does it require? 3. And the anchor is built and is peppering that army and the metal extractors. And the orbital fabricators are falling back. Man, that is quite the mistake. They'd be much better off building an anchor over here. Oh, that advanced radar satellite is complete. Wow, red now almost has complete line of sight over the entire planet, and radar coverage of the rest. Planet-wide area patrol given to Blue's army, so they are now running around finishing off all those metal extractors. Red is way in the negative now, down to 17, 16, 18% economy efficiency, and is going to continue to plummet as Blue forces continue to run around and destroy everything. Finally, a deep space orbital radar has been built by Blue. That should have happened a long time ago. Still no orbital launcher, and not much going on. Red has got the advanced radar satellite moving over towards Blue's base, but since they don't have enough Red does not have enough energy, it is not doing much for them. And Blue is finally building that orbital launcher as we are way into the match. And teleporter queued up. Is that Red or Blue's teleporter? That would be Blue's teleporter. So it looks like Blue is finally going to be making an effort to invade the moon. So I think that is going to be the end of the match, pretty much. Let's just speed things up, since there hasn't been a whole lot going on for a while now. Teleporter is built. There goes the orbital fabricator. There we go. All the units are spilling on through. Planet-wide area patrol. And some of the units have been given a direct move order. Looks like all of the bots were given a planet-wide area patrol. And the vehicles have been given a direct move towards Red's base. Red is trying to build another teleporter. I don't know why they're trying to build another teleporter. Red has the energy, just doesn't have control of the other planet. And this is it. Vanguards, Infernos, and tanks are closing in on the commander. And he is going to die any second. And down he goes. Well, thank you very much for submitting that match. Midnight Moose. Midnight Moose. That's an interesting name. That was quite the reversal. Lots of mistakes by all players involved. I hope everyone who watched this learned something and can improve their gameplay because of it. If y'all have a match that you think other people would enjoy watching, let me know. Head on over to pamatches.com/submit. Don't forget to drop a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you next time.